I have a bit of advice for you when it comes to doing apologetics. And that advice is don't pretend that you know things that you really don't know. Put another way, don't feel like you have to opine on things that are outside of your area of expertise or knowledge. Let me put that another way again. Learning talking points about areas that are outside of your expertise or knowledge, and then learning rebuttals to the responses that people make, which are also outside of your expertise or knowledge. That is not an effective way to do apologetics. What it does is it sets you up for being embarrassed when you meet somebody who really knows what they're talking about. Now, where you see this time and again is when Christians opine on issues like such as biblical textual criticism or biblical archaeology, or probably the biggest one is contemporary science, where they're just really not familiar with the field of discussion, with the arguments and evidence for various contrary views that they've told or been told are incorrect. And so what they do is they learn talking points that support their claims, and those talking points work well enough when it comes to lay people who don't know anything about the subject matter, like science. But when it comes to somebody who really knows their stuff, that just doesn't work. So, for example, when you find Christian apologists that they're arguing that cosmology requires an absolute origin of the universe according to the Big Bang, and they talk about that, and then they learn some arguments and they learn some references from some scientists and something else to support that claim, and then they meet a professor of physics from the local university who kind of blows that idea out of the water. Or if they say, well, there are no transitional forms in evolution, and then they give some arguments that they got from a young earth creationist or someone else, but they actually don't know the science. And then along comes a professor who teaches neo-Darwinian evolution, evolutionary biology at the local university, and blows their ideas out of the water. Uh, the problem then is that you've completely discredited yourself, and by implication, you've discredited the very Christianity that you're trying to defend to others. So don't pretend you know more than you do. Be honest when you don't know something. And I really try to stick to this. I don't know much science at all. So when it comes to arguments with respect to science, I'm trying to be very circumspect. Now, that said, I do have a fairly decent grasp in terms of the philosophy. And so I kind of know and can see when scientists are verging into areas like philosophy, metaphysics, or metaethics, or theology. And I can get on the field of debate at that point. But if they're going to be arguing scientific facts, I'm going to be very cautious about rendering my own opinions because it's just outside of my area of expertise. Now, this may mean that in a particular instance, I don't have a good comeback to something, but that's okay. Apologetics is not about having a good comeback. Apologetics is about being honestly pursuing truth with integrity in community, admitting when you don't know something, and then working on it and trying to understand it better.